Everybody, guess what? We are live this afternoon. I'm so excited to talk about one of the things that just recently reopened in Nashville, the Country Music Hall of Fame. I feel like we're kind of starting to feel normal again now that the Hall of Fame is open, the Ryman has reopened, the Opry's reopened. It's starting to feel more like Nashville again. And I have Sharon with me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing great, excited. Hey, we were just chatting before we went live here. This week, Williamson County Schools will be out on Friday and also on Monday. So it's a great time to visit because we were just talking about the Hall of Fame just reopened in September.
That's correct. Our first day, nearly 6 months almost to the day that we were closed, which was just everybody suffered and we're all trying to figure out how to get back to normal and that new normal. But yeah, we opened on September the 10th. I personally was there to greet our guests when we had opening day. It was such a joyous day. My face hurt from smiling, although people couldn't see it because I was behind a mask.
Oh, yeah, that's
Um, but people have just been so wonderful. They're happy to see the museum back open. The Opry just had their first night, as you mentioned, this past Saturday night. Only 500 people could be in attendance to what would normally be 4,400. But it was sellout. They celebrated their 95th birthday, and they're sold out again this Saturday night and the following Saturday night.
wow.
I talked to my friend Dan Rogers, who's the GM over there, all the time because us and the Ryman and the Opry, as you said, hopefully people see us as the big three,
Yeah.
if you will, in country music. The other museums and other cultural arts center, like Cheekwood has been open for quite some time, obviously, since they're outdoors. The Chihuly exhibit has been quite a great hit. The Frist is open. Unfortunately, TPAC and the Skirmerhorn are having to stay closed for obvious reasons. They are currently looking at not reopening until next year. So we feel extremely blessed that we can be open. We worked hard during the closure to prepare the museum to feel extremely safe to our guests and to our staff. We actually remained closed a little longer than even what the mayor said that we had to stay closed because we just wanted it to be good. We wanted the folks to feel safe. We wanted the numbers to be stronger, to be better in cases, etc. And we've put in place numerous protocols for people to come and fall break. It's beautiful outside, yes, indeed, but it also is a great time to come to the museum.
Yes. And so, is this true? Some of the exhibits are being held over because you did have to close for 6 months.
That is true. I'm going to use my cheat sheet just to make sure I
Yeah.
don't forget anybody. We do have, we have the core exhibition, which is the chronology of the history of country music that's with us all the time, although we do change out artifacts that demonstrate that history. But then we do have our rotating exhibitions, and right now we do have a great story on Brooks and Dunn. So Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn. It's called The Kings of Neon, and it's quite good.
I've
Um,
seen that one actually, and it is very good. I was actually there for the opening. That was
oh,
like
yay,
yeah.
good. And then we have the exhibit that we've held over on Casey Musgraves, all of the colors. It's a beautiful, beautiful exhibit. So I highly recommend it. We also have a small exhibit on Keith Whitley called Still Rings True. He's a uh, very happy favorite of many here in the local area. And A lot of folks still love his music. Many of the new artists are still very inspired by Keith Whitley. It's a great exhibit. Um, there's also an exhibit on Felice and Boudeleaux Bryant, which a lot of people will say, I don't know if I know who that is.
Incredible
Um,
songwriters.
that's right. They're considered the first professional songwriters, meaning that that's how they made their living.
And I'm
And
pretty sure they used to live in Leaper's Fork, or they spent most of their time in Leaper's Fork. Is that right?
yes, you are correct. And so they're actually in the Hall of Fame. because they made such an indelible impact in this music with the thousands of songs that they wrote.
And one of them
We
being Rocky Top, right?
That's right. That's
So
right.
if you're a Rocky Top fan, you gotta know them. Come on.
Absolutely. I actually, again, on opening day and a few other days, I've gone in to volunteer just to help with our frontline staff. And I've had people come off the elevator saying, who are those folks? I'm like, do you know the song Rocky Top? Most people are like, yeah, I know that song. I had a gentleman the other day say, I don't think I know that song. And I said, oh, surely you do. So I started singing it. And pretty soon he went, oh, I do know that song. And so anyway, it was very funny. My youngest daughter attends UT Knoxville, so I sang it like they sing it at school. So I even did the whole woo, thing
Oh,
that they do at Neyland Stadium. So people do get a kick out of that one, and they learn a lot because we actually have their complete collection of every manuscript they ever wrote. And
wow.
so we have all their notebooks. We have many numerous photographs, great film as well of them. And not only did they write amazing music together, but they also have a pretty amazing love story. And so it's a very wonderful exhibit. So those are the things we have currently right now. We are building toward a new exhibition schedule for next year. We'll be announcing that later in December.
Wow, I can't wait to hear because if you've never been to me, it's always incredible to see the exhibits you guys put together because there's so much detail at every little thing that I feel like even though maybe I've seen one, I miss things. And then when I go back, I'm like, I didn't see that the first time.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. We take great pride, of course, in telling you not just what you expect us to tell you, but to really dig deep into the topics. Our curatorial and historian staff take great pride. They are all experts in this field. Some that are much more about the longer historical view, some more about contemporary. Our staff is an amazing group of people who know this subject far deeper than I will ever know it, even though I'm a true fan all of my life of country music. But we try to be very thoughtful about our exhibition program as well as the other normal in-person public programming that we would do. That right now is still on hiatus, unfortunately, but that doesn't keep you from coming to the exhibits. And you're right, time and again, even I work there. I've been there 19 years as of this Thursday, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow.
And I continue to learn and go back and see things that I didn't pick up on. Which is why we encourage locals to come and to come often. That's one of the reasons why we change the exhibitions, because this is a center for learning. Yes, it's an attraction. Of course, people will come, and especially when they have people from out of town and all that sort of thing. And we're so appreciative of those that do. But it's really a place if you want to learn more about the music in a deeper way. We are the largest collection of country music artifacts in the world. A lot of people don't necessarily understand that's part of why we expanded. We were out of room. We have 2.5 million artifacts in our care, and that keeps growing every day. So we take great pride in the details. I appreciate you saying that.
Yes, it's true. Tell me about there's a big event coming up at the end of the month here. Everyone can watch it. You just told me it's for free on
That's right.
YouTube.
That's right. So it is. We're calling it the Big Night at the museum, kind of like a play off of the movie,
Yeah.
And so it is going to be definitely an unprecedented night. It is for free. Anyone can watch it. All you have to do is go subscribe to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum's YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. It'll even send you an alarm, a reminder that we're going to have a big show. It's live on October 28th. It will start at 8 p.m. Central Time. We have about 16 artists that have donated their time. We filmed all of these performances while we were closed. There were only 5 people on the camera crew, everybody being socially distanced and all the appropriate protocols for unbelievable acoustic performances. And so it's one thing, here in Nashville and the surrounding areas, we're very, I guess, jaded almost to the fact that we have access to so many wonderful performances. But what will make this night special, and we'll be announcing these pairings this coming week, is that we took all of the artists who could come and be a part of this, and we paired them with instruments out of the collection. So we don't do that. The artifacts don't come out of the archives except to go into a case to be put on the exhibition floor. So to actually have artists hold in their hands the Mother Maybelle Carter guitar, for example, and actually play it. Now, we have people on our curatorial staff that do that because instruments need to be played to help their preservation.
Right.
But we don't take them outside of that. And so we're going to be announcing who the pairings are this coming week. And those performances are even more special because these artists were selected specifically for their relationship to these artifacts.
Wow, I can't wait to see that. So, Maybelle Carter's instrument, you're going to be using that. What can you tell me about any of the other instruments that you've decided to use?
Well, we are going to make those announcements on Monday, so I don't want to give too much of it away.
Oh.
But just suffice it to say that, that's a pretty amazing artifact, right? And so
Yes, incredible.
the person to play that needs to be pretty special. So
Right.
just know that it is paired very appropriately. And so it will be a wonderful performance. And then, of course, telling the stories. These artists are telling why this moment is so important. And of course, what that does as a fundraiser for us, because through this 6-month period, our losses are $25 million. And by the time we get to the end of the year, our projections are, and again, nobody's crystal ball is perfect, probably lose around 30 million.
Wow.
So as a not-for-profit, we need support. We need folks who love the music to give us not only of their time, but if they would be willing to give of their treasure to some degree that they're comfortable with would be remarkable. The museum counts on our ticket sales as a huge part of our earned revenue streams. And this, of course, would be a contributed effort. So we want everybody to enjoy the night of music, to learn more about the museum. We shot all of this inside the museum, which is part of why it made it possible for us to put those artifacts in people's hands. But we do hope that the magical moments that will happen will be inspiring and that they'll want to give and support the museum.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You've piqued my interest, and now I really want to know more, but you're not going to
Good.
tell us, so we'll just have to wait.
You're just going to have to wait till about Monday or Tuesdays when we're going to put out that press release.
I can't wait. Well, thanks again for joining us. Tell us before we go so people can come and visit you starting Friday. What are the hours the museum is open?
We open every day, 9 to 5. Some days we're extending based on popularity or demand. Because of our COVID protocols, we've had to go to a time ticket. So you'll want to go online if you can. You can buy them on property, but it just makes it so much easier if you'll just go online to countrymusichofoffame.org. You can pick a time between 9 and 4 is generally when we stop selling into the day. Every 15 minutes is how the time ticketing works. And, we've had to limit our number, right? You're only supposed to be at 50% of your overall capacity. So on Saturdays, Fridays, and sometimes Thursdays and Sundays, we can get pretty close to our capacity. So sometimes we're able to extend our day because people of the demand asks for it. So the weekends are more popular. So do understand that there could be a time when we're sold out, maybe on your day or maybe just at an hour of the day. So definitely going ahead and doing that. We are also still continuing to offer tours at historic RCA Studio B, which we own and operate, along with Hatch Showprint, which that's what's behind me is a Hatch. So if you're familiar with Hatch Showprint, you'll want to check it out too while you're there.
Yes, that's also amazing to see all those posters. And you guys also, well, are you still doing the posters for the Ryman when they do their?
Yes.
So
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if people understand that, but every performance gets its own Hatch show print. To me,
That's right.
that's amazing.
Yeah, we've been working with the Ryman since early in their time period of doing concerts and shows. It goes way back into the 40s. And we also do a lot of posters for the Grand Ole Opry as well. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Dan yesterday. So it's a long-standing history of these three brands working together in country music history. So we tell that story at Hatch. We give tours of Hatch, so you can actually see the shop and learn more about its long-standing history since 1879. It's 141 years old, and the same thing with Studio B.
Yeah, Studio B. If you haven't seen that as well, that's also pretty amazing. That's kind of small. How many people are you allowing in there for the tour?
During COVID, only 8. Normally, we would go up to 25. But to keep everyone safely apart, we're only doing 8 at a time. Same thing with the Hat Show Prince tour as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys go check it out. Lots to do if you're staying home because travel might be kind of iffy this weekend, but we've got the 3 things for you to do right here at home.
That's right. That's right. We'd love to have you, and just bring your mask, and we'll take good care of you. Again, we have all kinds of protocol to keep folks socially distanced. Lots of hand sanitizing stations, lots of staff all around to help guide you around, answer any questions you might have. But we'll do our very best to keep you safe, as well as allow you to have fun and not feel like that you have to be just at home. We've had good success. Our surveys that we've done with our guests afterwards, they give us very high marks, that they felt good and felt comfortable and still was able to have a great time while being with us.
All right. Well, thanks again, Sharon. Tomorrow morning, we're going to talk to Lucky Lad Farms. So once you go to the Country Music Hall of Fame, you can head out to the farm and pick a pumpkin. So we've got all kinds of things for you to do this weekend. All right.
Sounds great.
Thanks again, Sharon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.